Hi everyone, Amtrak Guy 365 here. Today I'm here to talk about the General Electric P32-8BWH. Amtrak's large fleet of F40s. Hold up a minute, sorry to interrupt myself. But these final few episodes, being this one, the Genesis, HHP8, Acela, are going to be a bit shorter than the rest. Simply put, this is because there's not a huge amount of history really behind them, and all except the HHP-8 are still in active service with Amtrak. Now here's your episode. Amtrak's large fleet of F40PHs were starting to show their age from continuous wear and tear on long-distance and intercity trains. Amtrak began immediately searching for a replacement. General Electric responded to Amtrak with yet another freight locomotive adapted to passenger service. This was in response to the delayed production of the Genesis series of locomotives. The locomotive GE used as a basis was the B32-8, commonly referred to as the Dash 8. The Dash 8 series dates back to the standard cab aforementioned engine in 1984, which introduced a new line of models. The B32-8 is a 4-axle road diesel rated for 3,150 horsepower. The locomotive ran on a B-B wheel arrangement powered by a GE 7FDL engine and has 12 cylinders. The locomotive wasn't popular as many railroads were moving away from 4-axle mainline freight diesels in favor of 6-axle power. 6-axle power provided better weight distribution and improved tractive effort. Only 49 units were built between 1984 and 1989, with the majority going to Norfolk Southern. However, GE offered Amtrak a new variant of the B32-8 in 1991, the B32-8WH. Amtrak ordered 20 units numbering 500 to 519. The B32-8WH was later referred to as the P32-8BWH, P for passenger, 32 for 3200 horsepower, Dash 8 referring to the series being the Dash 8 line, B for the B-B wheel arrangement, W for wide cab, and H for head-end power. However, the locomotive is commonly referred to as the Dash 8. The Dash 8 is powered with a GE 7FDL 12-cylinder engine. The locomotive comes in at a length of 66 feet and 4 inches, a width of 9 feet and 11 1/4 inch, and a height of 15 feet and 4 inches. They weigh in between 264,110 pounds and 274,890 pounds. The Dash 8s have a top speed of 103 miles an hour, but are limited to 100 miles an hour in passenger operations. The units came equipped with Nathan K5LAs. Here are a few samples. Upon delivery in 1991, the Dash 8s came in Phase 3, whereby railfans nicknamed the engines Pepsi Cans. The units during the mid to late 1990s would then be repainted into Phase 4, a fairly well-known scheme for the Dash 8s. They would finally be repainted into Phase 5 starting in the early to mid-2000s. The Dash 8s acted as power, backup power, and helper service for primarily Midwestern trains out of Chicago and Western services. Amtrak Dash 8s number 501 and 502 were sent to the California Department of Transportation in the early 1990s and operated under the Amtrak California brand. 501 became 2051 and 502 became 2052. In 1993, Amtrak was starting to take delivery of their first P40 DC Genesis locomotives. The units proved much more efficient and aerodynamic and soon began to replace the F40PHs and Dash 8s for primary locomotive power. The P32s were soon being sidetracked as standby power or helper duty in case of a Genesis or F40PH failure. This led the units to be seen on trains out on the East Coast and just about anywhere that needed extra motive power. The Dash 8s could then be seen in large Amtrak yards switching out coaches and moving around motive power. By the early to mid-2000s, Amtrak had acquired more conventional switchers such as EMD's SW1500, SW1001, GP38-3, and later low-emission diesel switchers like the MPI MP14B and MP21B, along with NRE's 2GS12BR genset. The Dash 8s continued to be relegated to Amtrak yards such as Chicago, Los Angeles, Oakland, and Miami. Dash 8s could also be frequently spotted at auto train terminals. Other odd jobs the Dash 8s do are maintenance of way service such as ballast trains, as well as transfer services. In the mid-2010s, Amtrak's Dash 8 roster had been undergoing continuous refurbishments at the Beech Grove and Chicago shops, including repainting into Phase 5. Amtrak 515 was the last of the units to be repainted, having been completed in mid-2016. Since then, Amtrak's P32-8BWHs have continued to switch the yards, moving around rolling stock, transferring equipment, and still acting as power on numerous trains across the country. Despite a quick replacement, they will always be, and still are, part of the history book of Amtrak, the National Railroad Passenger Corporation. Thanks for watching. Thank you to all of the following people and sources for providing info, photos, and videos for the production of this episode. I will be progressing further into the history of Amtrak's motive power next time when I discuss the General Electric Genesis series of engines. Stay tuned, and thank you again for watching.